Afternoon, welcome to the channel, Retired Don't Give Up. I'm at my favorite coffee shop. So I'm flying solo today. Usually I come with my friend, but he's away visiting his mother in England. But last time we were here, he was quite concerned about his trip because he was having a problem getting his money transferred from his bank account in England to the Bangkok Bank here in Thailand. This has been an ongoing problem that's becoming quite widespread. There's a lot of videos out talking about it. I watched Benjamin Hart this morning from Integrity Legal. He has had several videos on it. It seems that Bangkok Bank are freezing a lot of bank accounts. And of course, I'm with Bangkok Bank, so I was somewhat concerned. But as I sat with my friend, he was looking at his bank account, and he transfers his money from England to Thailand through Wise. Kampung Kap.
ครับผมขอบคุณค่ะ
He transfers his money through Wise. Now, I have a Wise card. When I first came to Thailand, I got the card before I came because I was informed that that was one of the best ways to move money from your own country. But I don't use that as a transferring service from my bank account in Canada to the Bangkok Bank. I actually use a bank transfer. It takes 48, sometimes 36 hours. But I get my pension at the end of the month, and I transfer it, and usually takes 2 or 3 days, and I usually end up getting the money for the beginning of the month, which is just fine with me. But as I say, he was having a problem, and he was quite concerned. Again, understandable with everything that's going on, but he noticed that through his Wise card, he used all three of his names: first name, second name, and last name. And I think I stand corrected. In his Wise card, he was using his first name and his last name. But in his bank account, on his bank card, he's using his first, second, and third name. See, what's happening is, starting with the Bangkok Bank, and you must understand that the Bangkok Bank is an international bank. It's one of the reasons why I picked it. And of course, Thailand trying to move to the digital footprint and so forth. A lot of information, as far as the bank is concerned, is not up to date. And of course, you hear these horror stories. I read through the Asian news, the same thing, all these people getting their bank accounts frozen and so forth. And I also know that just recently the Bangkok Bank changed their policy for transferring money. They dropped it to 50,000. I don't know what it was before. Personally, that doesn't really affect me. I transfer 50,000 every month. It comes to my bank account, and then I, of course, use it throughout the month. So that's not an issue in my case. So when he found out that he was missing his middle name, he changed that in his Wise card. Now, he didn't do it that right away. He went home and he did it in his computer. And when I talked to him a couple of days later, everything was fine, because that indeed was the problem. The information highway going from his bank account through the Wise card to the Bangkok Bank had a discrepancy. Sounds trivial. Maybe it is trivial. I mean, a lot of people are complaining, but I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, I sure hope that this doesn't happen to me, because again, You don't know what all the ramifications are. You don't know everything that's happening. All we know is we hear all these stories of bank accounts being frozen. Just this morning, they talked about 80 bank accounts in Vietnam being 80 million bank accounts in Vietnam being frozen due to inactivity and not updating information. So again, there you go. So he gets it looked after, and off he is. Off he's gone to Thailand or to England. Now, just last week, I got the dreaded call. Bangkok Bank called me. Now we were already in the city of Pair when I got the call. It was after 4:30, so the bank was closed. In fact, I had just gone up to the bank, got some money out of the bank machine, and it was closing. So I got this call from the Bangkok Bank. Very fortunate, the gentleman spoke exceptionally good English. And he asked me, could I come into the branch and update my personal information? He was polite, everything was up and up, and I simply said, okay, what information are you looking for? He said, well, address and so forth. Now they had my my passport information, and truth is, the branch that he was calling from, which is my home branch, is in fact in Chiang Mai. It's at the Central Festival, and I thought to myself, oh, I hope I don't have to get in the car and drive all the way to Central Festival. Anyway, I explained to him. I said, so information. I said, what do you need? He said, your address and so forth. I said, well, I don't live in Chiang Mai anymore. I live in Pair Province. I live in Song District. He said, oh. He said, could you go to the branch in Pair, to a branch in Pair, and take the information there, and they could photocopy it and send it to us, and everything should be fine. I'm thinking, yes, we can certainly do that. Now, again, you get this call, and of course, the concern is if you don't have the right information, or is this not right, so forth, what could happen? Well, as most of you know, I'm happily married, and I have the marriage visa, and I also have what we call a yellow book. Now, this yellow book, also in junction with a pink ID card. This basically tells the authorities that I'm established at a home in Thailand. And what it allows me to do is not carry my passport. I mean, if I go on a trip, of course I take it, but for the most part, local trips, you have the pink ID card. You show them the pink ID card, and they recognize that, and this makes all the difference. So I told the gentleman, I have a yellow book, a pink ID card, and I also told him I have both Thai driver's licenses, motorcycle and car. Upon hearing all that, he said, no problem, Mr. Clark. You take that into the branch in Pair, they'll send it to us, and we will be very pleased to have that information, and we'll be able to update your personal information. So, the thing is, not everybody has this. And the thing is, I mean, there's so many foreigners and so forth that have retirement visas and different kinds of visas, and of course they have their bank accounts, and they may have moved like I did. I moved. So yeah, you need to keep your information up to date. And you hear these horror stories, and then you realize, well, it puts a fear into everybody, like it did with me. But the truth is, Bangkok Bank, which is the biggest bank in Thailand, and again, it's an international bank, they're leading the way because, of money laundering and illegal activities. They are doing everything they can to ensure that the people that have bank accounts with them are legitimate people. Can't argue that. You can't argue that at all. So when you show them a yellow book and your pink card, well, that makes a whole lot of difference. Now, I'm not telling you that you need to go out and get these. And to be truthful, I'm not 100% sure if you say you live in Jump 10 and you own a condo. Can you deal with the owners of the building, and can you go through this process? I don't know. That's a question. That I can't answer truthfully, so I'm not going to try. And I know a lot of people that live here even in Song, that are foreigners that do not have these items. Again, whether or not it's going to make a difference in their case, I don't know. But I do know that if you're going to live in Thailand and you're planning on living here for the rest of your life, well, there's just certain things that you need to do, to establish that you are living in Thailand. And these are the natural things. Now, again, if you don't have the pink ID card or the yellow book, at least you go and get the driver's license. And that, of course, is in the system. And it's certainly something. So there you go. In my case, it was pretty cut and dry. We went into the bank. I photocopied pages from my passport. I took everything in. I showed it to them, and they sent it off, and everything is fine. That's it for now. Hope you enjoyed my video. Please subscribe, and we'll talk to you again. Until next time, remember, don't give up.